And to get into our course of today, we're going to be using 3 AI tools which are so powerful. And the first, which is going to be our designer and our image generator, is Midjourney. So Midjourney is simply an AI tool that helps generate images from text. So you just need to give it the right prompts and it's going to get exactly what you want. Our second tool we're going to be using here is Canva, and Canva is super popular. This is a design tool that helps you to design social media designs, logos, and any kind of design. We're going to be using it here to create our ebook, which is going to carry our design images and interior pages, making up our coloring book. We are also going to be using the almighty ChatGPT to generate our prompts. So especially for this tutorial, we're going to be creating a Christmas coloring book, and I'm going to walk you through everything step by step, from ChatGPT to Midjourney and to Canva. So it's going to be very easy, very snappy, and I'm not going to waste your time. And now inside of ChatGPT, and let me just break down what we are going to be doing here for ChatGPT to be able to give us the right prompts to put into Midjourney. So we're going to ask ChatGPT some few questions, putting in the place of a designer for it to give us design ideas to generate prompts. So these design ideas are what we are going to use as prompts into Midjourney. But before we go directly into asking us to give in design ideas, we're going to ask ChatGPT a very simple question. So I'm just going to go ahead and paste this prompt here, asking ChatGPT, can you list the key elements found in the Christmas coloring book? If I click on enter here, ChatGPT is going to do its job. Right now, ChatGPT has listed us 15 different elements, and it's very important that with these 15 elements, make sure you use at least 10. With these key elements here, I'm going to be asking ChatGPT the next prompt. So look at what I've written. Using these elements, generate creative scenic ideas with detailed description for a Christmas coloring book for kids. It's very important that you use this word scenery so that it gives us a scene. So it is giving us the different scenes and it's going to describe how the coloring page for or that interior page can look like to explain the scenes. Before we get into Midjourney, I'm going to choose one of the different prompts here. So for those who are new into Midjourney, go to midjourney.com. I'm going to link in the description, and if you don't actually see the link, I can just give it to you. Just drop a comment, and once you are on this very page here, this way you're going to learn, go ahead and click join the beta. So once you click on join the beta, they're going to give you this invite to join the Midjourney Discord. So what you need to do is just accept the invite. It's going to show you this dashboard. It's kind of confusing when you are getting it for the first time, but all you need to do for you to start sending in your prompts is to go to the new corners room. So inside this new corners room, this is where we are going to be doing all our prompts. To be able to generate a prompt in Midjourney, the first thing you need to do is actually click on the / button, and once you click on the / button, this option is going to pop up here, imagine. This is going to be our key prompts for generating. So once you click on imagine, it's going to give you another sub dialog box where you are going to insert your final prompt. So that's it. I'm just going to choose our first prompt that we're going to be giving here, and our prompt actually looks like this. So I'm going to take this in nativity scene, including Mary, Joseph, and Jesus, as well as other characters like 3 wise men and shepherds. What I discovered is that if you just copy the design idea directly from ChatGPT and put it in here, Midjourney is never going to understand you. It's just going to go ahead and generate ideas. But with your knowledge of prompting, this is a game changer. Just add this line here, an interior coloring page for interior coloring book for kids. So you can actually add if it's a coloring book for adults, it's a coloring book for any kind of thing, but this particular line here is going to be a game changer. After giving our prompt for the nativity scene of Mary, Joseph, and a baby, this is exactly what Midjourney was able to generate for us. So it's kind of really good for me, because if you look at it, we have Mary and the baby Jesus, and then here we have something like 3 wise men. It's just for you to be able now to be creative and choose whatever you like. So I like the first image, and I also like this image of the wise men. So what I'm going to be doing now into Midjourney is going to go ahead and click this U button. This U button actually means upgrade. This is the upgraded image of the 4th generation by Midjourney. So if you go ahead and click on it, this is what we have, and I think that this already an interior page for a coloring books. So it's very essential for you to know that all the prompts you can use to generate these images must not be from ChatGPT, and I'm going to be showing you an example prompt here. So this is just a simple line of text. I've said draw Santa Claus giving children gifts, and I added this line here. That's why I said this line here is kind of a superpower. I've said draw Santa Claus giving children gifts, and I've added the line showing that an interior page for coloring book for kids. So if I actually go ahead and click on enter here, and now we can see that it has given us a very fantastic generation. So as you can see, this Santa giving children gifts, we have 4 different variations and we can choose from any of them. So I think that all of them are really good. That's why I went ahead and I've clicked upgrade this, and I've upgraded. So looking at the upgrade, this is what we have. So this is an example of the upgrade that we have for Midjourney, and I think that is super perfect for an interior page for coloring book. And I think that with this explanation, you can go ahead, copy the different prompts from ChatGPT, add the line of text to it, play around with it, do some kind of samples. You are going to see that you have nice coloring book interior pages. So here we are inside of my Midjourney profile, and as you can see, I've generated a whole lot of images. I've generated so many images here, and now I'm going to be showing you how you can generate a cover page like this, because it's very essential so that you don't go wasting time on Canva to generate a cover page. This is the prompt I'm talking about. Design a cover page that captures the joyful spirit of Christmas and showcases some key elements of the coloring book. Consider the featuring of Jolly Santa Claus in the back door is surrounded by. It's a very long prompt. I can put in the description, then you can check it out, or go ask ChatGPT to generate a prompt idea for you. And this one thing that you need to add, a cover page for coloring book for kids. I'm going to also put it there. That's what you need to change. For generating the interior page, you tell it it's an interior page. For generating the cover page, you tell it it's a cover page. There's a lot of ways that you can do this to get massive results, or to get very good results. I'm going to be putting some key elements that you can also add to every single prompt to get from ChatGPT to be able to get a good design here. I'm going to be linking in the description, and drop a comment so that I can give you a special one for you, because I'm not going to put all in the description. You're welcome. So once you're inside of Canva like this, it's very easy to get going. You can sign up for Canva, just canva.com, sign up with Google in just a click. So once you're inside of Canva here, we'll move up to the top right corner. On this top right corner, we're going to click on create design. So once you click on create design, in our case here, we're going to be creating an A4 document. In your own case, it's going to vary. If you want to create a book for KDP or any different platform, you can go ahead and click on custom design. So I'll click on A4 design, and once you click on A4 design, you're going to have something like this. It's going to be a blank page, and to start designing our cover page, the first thing I'm going to do is right click on the image here and set it as background. Once set it as background, it's going to completely fill that blank sheet and making everything to be covered with that image. You can go ahead and play around with it with anyhow you want it to be. And the next thing you need to do here is to cover this text. I don't like the text that Midjourney actually added on this cover page, so I'm going to use this element here, this a kind of curved square. So once I insert that element here, I'm going to reposition it to cover this text. So once I've resized this curved square to cover all the text, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this border style, and I'm going to give it a solid border, and then increase the border rounding to completely 100, so that it is kind of like this. You're going to see what I'm going to have as the final result. And on this border style here, I'm going to give it a color of white. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this, and I give it a color of white. You can keep it with this kind of red color, not too red, because Santa Claus also has that same color. But in my own case here, I'm going to go ahead and change the color to match something green. So it's just going to depend on you. You can do anything creative to make your design look good. So I'm going to pick this other green here, and I'm picking a color that is close to the color on the design, so on the design background. So that's it. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to this other design that I made earlier and copy the text from there and paste. So you can go ahead and play around with the text. I don't want to make this video to be very long. These are just different playful fonts that I've used here. So once you have pasted the text, it's very easy to go ahead. This is just a one little font, and below here we have a hit and run fonts. These are just playful fonts that look like kids. So I'm going to be adding the next page, which is also going to be a blank page. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to elements and search for a transparent frame. So this is going to look like this. I'm just going to go ahead and insert the transparent frame here. And once you insert the transparent frame, this is exactly what it's going to look like. This is a transparent frame here, and a text below saying that this page was intentionally left blank. So with our coloring book, once we're going to go ahead and complete design this coloring book, you're going to see the importance of this page. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add another page again. So the page before, immediately after the cover page is left blank, and then this page here, I'm going to insert now an image or a design to it. So it's going to vary in your own case, however you want to put it, however you want to structure your design, but the whole idea is that you should make it look good. So in this case now here, I'm not going to leave this page blank. I'm going to take off this text, and I'm going to insert a design. So, and then in the upload section now, we're going to see all the images that we generated from Midjourney. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the first here and try now to reposition it into our page. I follow that red line, I've inserted it. Let me reduce. So now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to extend it from this angle here. See, I made that red line again. So once I made that red line now, I'm going to take it down from this center here and go down to I made that red line. Immediately as I am moving down, you detect it. So it has been detected there. And let me try to balance from this angle. Balance it here. And this is the first page of our coloring book. exactly what I've done now, that is what you have to do to have all the pages set up. So the first thing is that you add an empty space like this. So let me explain it to you. The first thing, you add an empty space like this, and then you add this text or that, indicating that this space was intentionally left blank. Then for the next page now, you just add this frame here. That's how I do to make my own coloring books look good. This is a transparent frame. You can search for it from the element section, and then once you add that transparent frame, you bring in your image. So let me just show you how you can play around with the next. So in the next one here, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this. That's how I do to make my work easy. I'm not going to add that transparent page again, but in your own case, you are going to add it. So I'm just going to take this off, and I'm going to choose another image. Let's say I choose this image here of the baby Jesus and maybe say the wise men. What I'm going to do, I'm going to move it until I take that red line. You're just going to follow this, repeat the process again and again, and you're going to have all your designs inserted into Canva. Let me show you what I did before recording this video so that my video doesn't get too long and becomes boring. So this is exactly what I did, following the steps I have just shown you. I've put this, how the final result is going to look like once you're done with everything, guys. It's very easy. You just need to design a cover page like I showed you. You go ahead, cover the text. If your own generated image has some text on it, you play around with it, and then you have this blank space here. It's very important when you have finally created the book, because it's going to keep on this on the left hand side here a blank space for the kid to actually maybe redraw what is on the coloring page. And then we have now our drawing on the right hand side where the kid can go ahead and color. So that's it for today's video. If you like this video, actually please give it a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and consider subscribing to this channel for more videos like this. My name is Siri, and this is Double Take. Ciao.